Hi everyone, my name is the Blue-Eyed Priestess. I am your friendly neighborhood witch. Today I was originally scheduled to be your guest speaker for the topic of identity as a professional witch. And while I'd love to talk about all things witchy, right now I think it's time for maybe us to take a step back and perhaps pull a couple tarot cards. I love tarot cards because they are the perfect tool for guidance and to help us align with what's really important. To also help us sync with the current energies and help us really figure out kind of which way we should be going. So I think that it would be a great idea to pull a couple cards for you today. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown deck, so take a look. Here are the three cards. Pick one, two, or three. Which card do you connect with the most? So if you've chosen card number one, you've chosen the rabbit. So the rabbit hops onto our path today to tell us this story. And the story goes that every single day, it's inevitable, the rabbit tells his friends how one day the great eagle is going to swoop down and eat him. He's filled with fear, he's afraid, and he's anxious. And it's no wonder that the rabbit has jumped into your cards today because a lot of people are feeling that way. So what the rabbit does is he gives us two tools to help with that. Number one, a lot of the fear that we feel comes from thinking about the future. Well, what's going to happen next week? What's going to happen in a month from now? And feeling like we have no control. If we can rein that back in and focus on the present and what's happening at the moment when it's happening, we can alleviate a lot of that anxiety. So stay present with whatever you're doing, whether you're baking or you're cooking or you're crafting or you're with your children or you're working, whatever that is. If you can just stay present, that'd be very helpful. And lastly, what he likes us to do is to be very cautious about the conversations we have with others, because he tells the same dreaded story, how he knows something bad is going to happen. So if we can be conscious of the conversations that we have with others, because we want to make sure that our conversations are filled with positivity and that, you know, if we can talk about anything other than the virus, that would be super helpful. Like, you know, what are you watching on Netflix? What are you reading? What new recipes have you tried? What's going on with the kids? What are you crafting? Right now, it's really important to make sure that our conversations are aligned with love and with joy, with things other than fear. If you've picked card two, then you've picked the mouse. The strength of the mouse is that they're organized and they are prepared. They keep busy. Everything is laid out and ready to go for them, especially now in times of emergency. So we can check that off the list. But advice for this is to be prepared, and not meaning another roll of toilet paper, in ways of managing your time. So if you don't usually work from home and now you do and you're struggling with time management, advice for this card is to create a schedule for yourself. It'll make life a lot easier as far as that's concerned. And the other thing is the mouse can also be very scrutinizing and nitpicking. So if your husband has left his underwear on the floor for the third time in a row and your children are driving you crazy, we have to try to take it all in stride, because now is not the time to be nitpicking, but it is the time to pick a project that will bring you joy. So whatever that project is, maybe you wanted to take up sewing or crocheting, maybe you wanted to paint the spare bedroom, whatever that is, now is the time to pick a project close to your heart, maybe with your family, maybe something that you've always wanted to do, and see it unfold. So if you've picked the last card, card number three, then you've picked the bear. The bear is one of my favorite cards because it speaks to personal transformation. The bear has a long slumber for the winter, and now that it's spring, it's time to get up and get moving. He wants to explore new terrain and do new things. So this card is ripe with possibilities. And right now, it might seem like life has a lot of obstacles to throw at us, but this is part of the path. And if we can just look forward and take charge and try to transform our lives in a positive way, this can be really, really fruitful for us. So one of the things that bear medicine tells us is try something new. This should be a time of learning for you. I don't know what that learning means, if that's learning to cook a new dish, learning to speak a new language. Learn something. Choose something that you're going to do in your free time that will really help you on your goals, whatever those goals are. And the other really important thing for bear is once you've been in that cave slumbering, it is time to get moving. Part of your experience has to do with physical exercise. You got to get out there and get your body moving. And that's what the bear tells us. Physical activity is very important to us right now. I want to say thank you to everybody. I hope these cards have given you an opportunity to reflect a little bit and maybe give you a little bit of guidance and some peace on this kind of troublesome journey. I'm always around if anybody needs me. I hope everybody has a great day and enjoys all the other speakers today. Thank you guys.